It's been a little while, so long. So much so that it was January last time I shot a little video, and it was torrential rain here in SA, and we hadn't had a decent rain again until June, which was last month. And so it was very dry, the chooks weren't laying, there was not a lot happening in terms of farm life here. We did, however, harvest our pumpkins. They got up to a really nice size, and I then put in the broccolis for the winter season, so I put them in autumn, and the rabbits ate them. So there's even not a lot going on in my garden, and as you can see, one of our big things inside the house has been ticked off, and we have our beautiful new kitchen bench. It's a Tassie oak. It's a piece of wood from Aldgate here in SA, which is really nice to be a local piece. Obviously next is our lights. This is the original light from the house with some paper mache hanging from it, so that'll be next. And then robes, we still haven't got either. So we're doing things one thing at a time, and we're just learning to be patient. And yeah, particularly outside, we obviously want to get that fence up, and we want to do big things like that. Oh, is the chook inside? You better take her outside. Thank Got her. And being in mid-July here, we're in the middle of the cold and flu season, and you know, we've all had things, but it's important to use food as medicine where we can for supporting our immune health, supporting our digestive health and our detoxification. To share today something that you can make at home that's super simple but very powerful in terms of digestive health, immune health, detoxification, and it can be given right from babies right through to the elderly, so something that everyone can get their hands on and start using. And so here is my recipe for drumroll, sauerkraut juice. Making sauerkraut juice. To start with, this was wrapped in plastic. It's a half a cabbage, so I'm just going to cut the face off slightly, just that bit that was exposed to the plastic. I'm just going to chop it into chunks. I'll do this in sort of 2-3 batches so it doesn't overwhelm the food processor. Yeah, tiny little bits. The smaller the better. That allows more nutrients to be released from the cabbage. And so I'll continue to do that until the cabbage is done. But for now I have enough to show you for one jar. So basically I'm going to be putting this mixture into this jar, quarter filling it. And now for making the brine. So I've got this litre jar filled up with water, putting good quality salt, that's what I'm using today. I'm putting a tablespoon of the salt into here. I'll put the lid on and shake it, and then we're pouring it over top of the sauerkraut. I'm going to pour up. Until we're about half an inch from the top.
And the reason for leaving the little gap here is just to allow the bubbles that happen with the fermentation. That way you do not need to open the lid to burp it, although some people say that you do. You just do not need to do that. Every time you open that lid, that will allow for more mold to grow in there. So we want to keep that lid shut until it's ready. And that little gap will allow for those bubbles to go up. Lid is on tight. And now we put that in a cool, dark spot for 2 to 4 weeks, leaving the lid on until at least 2 weeks, and then trying it. It should be sour when it's ready. In warm climates, it'll be less. It might be just under 2 weeks. In colder climates, it might be over 4 months before it's ready. And once it's ready, you strain this cabbage off and the liquid into another jar, and that's your juice. Just start consuming.
And that's it. That's how simple it can be to make your own batch of sauerkraut juice. Now this is the end product. We'll keep that in the fridge. We'll take spoonfuls, particularly before meals, to help support our stomach acid, plus detox through promoting our microbiome. But also, if you're sick, what a dose of vitamin C this is. Food as medicine. Can't wait to hear how you go making your own special batch at home.